This is Tom Biernacki, and today I am bringing you a gigantic ganglion cyst. So this is about a 4 centimeter by 4 centimeters, so about 4, there we go, that's 4. That's a gigantic ankle cyst. This is a suspected ganglion cyst on MRI. When we got the MRI, it's concerning because the dorsalis pedis artery and the DP nerve are right there. So I didn't want to drain it without an MRI because that could easily puncture the site. So I really don't want to hurt this patient in the office. But I'm going to tell you about the recovery time and how to speed up the recovery time and how easy this process is to get your cyst drained. So come watch this journey with me and we will take care of this gigantic cyst right here. This is Tom Biernacki, and if you want to learn how to solve all your foot and ankle problems, run faster, walk pain-free, eat healthier, get rid of all your foot problems, subscribe right now.
So see right here you have your artery. So we're just going to avoid the artery because it comes down this way, right through here. And the cyst is right on top of it. Okay? So we got some numbing medication. So what I'm going to do right here, we're just going to clean it up. And realistically, there's no real downsides to this. So what I mean is you can still drive home, you can still do everything, you can walk exactly normal. You're just going to have a Band-Aid on here.
Okay.
And that's going to be it.
This is Tom Biernacki taking over the voice recording. So right here, this pleasant gentleman, he's not feeling a lot of pain, but right here I'm preparing the site with betadine. This is a strong antiseptic, and I'm getting ready to anesthetize and inject the site. So just pretend when this is happening, you're at the dentist's office getting a cavity done. If you look away, people feel a lot less pain. That is a proven fact. So right now you're staring at it and your heart is probably jumping out of your chest if this was your foot. But if you're looking at your phone, if you're doing some Facebooking, you don't feel this hardly at all. In our experience, these injections don't have to hurt. This is a very thin, a very tiny needle. I love using the 30 gauge needles. This is significantly, and I'm talking like 1/20th the size of a standard cheaper hospital needle. So this does not have to be torture. We pre-freeze it. There's a tiny little needle, and you can see that big lump builds before the ganglion cyst. I didn't go directly into the ganglion cyst, but this spreads around there and affects the nerves. And this is only cutaneous sensory nerves. You can still walk afterwards. Your muscle strength is pretty good. You don't have to be in significant pain and you don't have to be impaired. These are procedures we do a lot of. Realistically, I've never had, probably out of thousands of times, I've never really had a patient have a bad reaction. And the pain that people always seem to think that they're going to have, they never have it. Don't get me wrong, occasionally there's a very anxious person, but the majority of the time it's not a problem. This is a very smooth, almost painless process. Except when you look at this big needle now, your heart's probably starting to beat fast again. So don't look, look away. And then right here, after it's numbed up, I use a large gauge needle. So if I poked you with that needle ahead of time, you would be in a lot of pain. So I create a lot of back pressure with a bigger syringe. So you can see, oh, look at that jelly coming out. That is all coming out of there, pouring into the syringe. There's a lot of stuff coming in there. Look at that fluid coming out of there. That's thick mucus jelly coming out of that ganglion cyst. That's a very big ganglion cyst. That's about 4 cc's. After I poured it all out and measured it in a cup. So there's still a little bit more to come. That's filling up pretty nicely. So I use my finger to push. It's just like a big gelatin sack, and I'm pushing it out into the syringe. You can see we're getting past 2 cc's there. There's still a little bit more coming in. And you saw it in the intro, that big cup full of this stuff. So we get a little bit more out of there when I come back at the end, but it's just more manipulating.
Oh, yeah.
And again, the patient doesn't feel anything. Wow, this is a gigantic cyst. We drained about 4 cc's total. We biopsied this gentleman. The biopsy showed it is just cystic fluid, nothing cancerous. What we worry about is a synovial sarcoma. That could be a dangerous thing that this could be, but luckily it wasn't. It's not a synovial sarcoma, just a ganglion cyst. Realistically, I drained about 500 of these, and it was never anything dangerous. It's always a ganglion cyst.
Yeah, it's definitely not hard there anymore.
Yeah.
Now you said there's like a 50% chance of come back some?
Yeah, so what can happen is, I think one this big at the very
So
least.
that is true. Published rates say there's a good chance that the cyst can come back. Realistically, what happens is it's a defect in the joint capsule, and your synovial fluid can leak out and create a balloon-like herniation. Think about the internal bladder on the inside of an oil tanker. If you crack the hull, the balloon can kind of herniate out the side of the hull. That's how I like to think of it. But realistically, sometimes people, it stays away forever. The recovery time is near instant. I don't mind trying this 1, 2, even 3 times in the office. It's worth it. You know, it takes, how long is this video? 7 minutes long. That's how long it takes in the office. You pop in, you're out of there. You don't really have any side effects.
Turn this on right here.
So if this thing helped you, subscribe, log onto our channel, visit Michigan Foot Doctors. We love solving your foot problems. Come check us out.